welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. So I'm not going to give any sort of excuses for my procrastination because I know that I am just lazy, even though I said that I would post new videos every week, but I did not. But now I am trying to be as productive as I can, so I hope to post new videos maybe after like 2 weeks maybe. So yeah. And secondly, I want to express my feelings of gratitude because of the positive response that I've received. I want to say Alhumdulilah because I know there are many people who work way harder than I do and they still do not get recognition. But I am really, really, really grateful that only after 4 years of hard work, God blessed me and God honored me and He gave me recognition. And secondly, I want to thank the people who supported me and encouraged me. If you gave me constructive criticism, I am extremely grateful. I know my writing is not perfect. I know my book is not perfect. I know my book has got a lot of flaws and I need to overcome my shortcomings. So thank you so much for pointing out my weak points for me. And I will try to overcome them in my second book. So yeah, this video is going to be about how to publish a book in Pakistan. And when I say a book in Pakistan, I mean an English book in Pakistan, because all of the knowledge I have is about English literature in Pakistan because I am an English author. So I am sorry if I cannot help you. So yeah, let's get into this video. So there are like 3 types of publishing a book. The first one is like traditional publishing. And the thing about traditional publishing is that you do not have to invest a single penny. You just need to write a really good novel and you just have to give it to the publishing house, and if they like it they would publish it, and in fact they would give you money instead of taking money from you. So, and they would do everything for you. They would do the editing, they would do the cover design and everything. So that's one of the easiest way of getting published. So there is like this one publishing house in Pakistan, traditional publishing house, which is Mongrel Books in Karachi. And I tried to contact them for like 1 whole year. They did not reply, so I gave up. And you can try your luck, but okay. And the second one is like self-publishing house option. And the thing about self-publishing houses is that you have to invest a lot of money. But again, they would do a lot of things for you. They would do the advertisement, they would design the cover, they would do the editing, so you don't have to do much. You just have to like give them your money and your book and they would publish it for you. And the third one is the thing that I did. Okay, so in like 2019, the whole year, I just kept writing emails to different publishing houses, national, international, or whatever. But unfortunately, I did not receive any sort of a reply. I never did. And I was like extremely down and I could not afford a self-publishing house. There are many self-publishing houses like Orak Publications, Dastan, and many others, but I could not afford them, and I was like extremely down because of that. And I thought like I am not going to get published. And it was during that time I realized that having an opportunity is a really big blessing. Yeah, because when you have an opportunity, it means that somebody is willing to listen to you. It does not matter whether you get rejected or accepted afterwards. And in my case, nobody was willing to listen to me. So I just said that if no one is willing to give me my opportunities, then I'm going to create my own possibilities. And during all of that, my one friend of my father happened to be an author, and my papa contacted him and asked him about all of this thing. And he said like, I'm an Urdu author, so I cannot help your daughter that much, but I would tell you about like printing press business. You know, printing press is like just a small company. You pay them, not as much as you have to pay the self-publishing house, and you pay them and they just print your book, and they just have as many copies as you want them to print, and they would just deliver all of the copies to your house, and that's it. You have to do the advertisement yourself, you have to do the editing yourself and everything yourself. And I said like, okay, I am willing to do that. And I was just like, I think 17, yeah, last year. And I said like, okay, I'm willing to do that. So I'm going to tell you the difference between publishing house and self-publishing house. So a publishing house, even though it is like a self-publishing house, you just have to give them money and your manuscript, and they would give you an editor. They would also design you the cover, and they would also get your book into bookstores and to bloggers, and they would like do the advertisement and everything. And the thing about printing press is that they do not have anything to do with what you have written. All you have to do is that you give them your book, your manuscript, and then they would just like print it for you. They would just say like, these are the like book sizes we have, and this is the types of, these are the like types of papers that we have, which one do you want, and all of that. Okay, they don't care about what you have written. So they would just print the book and they would just give it to you, and then you have to sort out what you want to do with all of the copies. So it is a lot of work. I did a lot of work with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not alone, absolutely. So yeah, I just gave them my manuscript, and the first thing about like editing your book is that I could not find any editors. I found some on rosie.pk. My book was like 200k words. Yeah, my book had like 200k words, so that was like a really long book, you can say. So there were like many editors available on rosie.pk, but again, I could not afford them. So I just said to myself, I'm going to edit my book myself. So I installed this app called Grammarly, and I edited my book with the help of that. I know my book has got many flaws. I know my book still has got many mistakes, but this is how we improve. You know, you have to release your first cringy, imperfect thing to release your next masterpiece. So yeah, I edited my book myself, and the printing press that I went for was Shirkat Printing Press in Lahore, and they do give the facility of designing you a cover. But the cover that they designed for me, I did not like that, so I just made my own cover. And I made it through this website called canva.com, if that is how you pronounce it. Yeah. And I designed my cover through canva.com, and the thing about canva.com is that nearly all of the templates available there are for free, but there are some templates that are not for free. You can download them for free, but they would have like the website watermark on them. So yeah, I designed my cover through that. And then I just gave them my manuscript and the cover and everything, and they printed this whole book for me. Yeah. And secondly, let's talk about the ISBN number. Okay, the main thing that you need to have to be a published author is to be registered, you know? So which is like the ISBN number. This is the thing that makes you a published author, okay? This is the thing that makes you a published author. So ISBN number, it is a cost-free service provided by the Islamabad National Library, yeah. So what you have to do is that you go to their website and you download like 2 forms, and you have to fill them, and then you have to like mail it to them, and they would just assign you an ISBN number in the span of like 2 weeks. So yeah, and then after getting like, you don't have to pay for it. Okay, you don't have to pay anything for it. And then I gave the ISBN number to the printing press, and they just did it. The publishing of my book got delayed due to coronavirus, but they usually like take 1 month to get your book printed. Okay, so let's talk about the advertisement, the main thing. Okay, so I'm going to be really honest. I did not know anything about advertisement or anything related to it. I did not know. And I was like extremely scared, and I just prayed a lot that, Ya Allah, I am all alone. I don't have anyone in my circle who can help me. And you know that I am alone, and you have to help me. Yeah, that is what I did. And I just wrote a lot of emails to the bloggers that I knew and few bookstagrammers, and I just wrote them emails that I want to send you a book PR. It is my debut book, and maybe you would read it and write a review about it. So it was like 6 to 7 bloggers and bookstagrammers. So they helped, and they said yes, and they read my book and posted the review on their accounts. And then I wrote emails to as many magazines and as many newspapers I knew. Yeah. And newspapers did not reply, not even one newspaper replied. But when it comes to magazine, there was this one magazine, Mashable.pk and Perspective magazine. They both replied, and they both agreed to do an interview with me. So I wrote an article for Mashable.com and I did a video interview for Perspective.pk. Perspective magazine, yeah. So yeah, it's a funny story that I did. I wrote an email and my mother was like extremely excited, you know, because it was my first time doing an interview, and she was like constantly asking me over and over again, hey, did you get any sort of recognition? Hey, is someone asking about your book, about your work? Is someone willing to like give you any sort of recognition? And all of that. They posted the article, what kind of response did you receive, and all of that. And that was a small magazine, so I did not receive any response. And during those days I was so down, and I was like complaining over and over again that, Ya Allah, you knew that I was all alone and you're still not helping me. Because it had been like 2 months since I got my book published, and that was like my first interview, and that was for a small magazine. And I did not receive any sort of response, and I was extremely down, and I was extremely sad that I'm a failure again. You know, I know it is sad that my happiness depends upon what kind of a response I receive from people, and it is not good, but I would try to overcome it. So yeah, my mother was really excited about it, and I did not have the courage to tell her that, Mama, nothing is happening. So I was just like trying to avoid her questions, you know, and at night I fell asleep wishing that I wish I would not wake up tomorrow. And I kept saying that, and I fell asleep. And because I was really down, and then it was like 2 p.m. and my best friend called me, and she was like extremely excited, and she said like, Diva magazine posted about you. And I said like, and I too got really excited. I said like, really, Diva magazine posted about me? And then I asked her, what is Diva magazine? And she said like, it is one of the biggest magazines of Pakistan with 1.1 million followers. And I said like, really, they did? And I got really excited, and I opened my Instagram, and there were like a lot of DMs and new followers and everything. And then I went to their page, and the same article that was posted by Mashable, they took screenshots and posted about it on their page. And then I went viral on Instagram. And I felt so grateful. And yeah, that was kind of a thing that happened. And I was extremely grateful. So many people like say in the comments, I have seen a few comments that how much did she pay you for posting this? I did not pay anyone, okay? There was this one channel that my mother contacted, that my daughter wrote a book, so maybe you should do an interview, you know? So they said like, yeah, you have to pay like 30,000 rupees. We said no. So yeah, we did not pay anyone for this, okay? I just did interviews, and the same you can do, okay? You should stop pitying yourself. You should stop saying that, okay, I am not privileged enough, and she was maybe really privileged enough. We are not privileged, okay? We just need to work hard. That is all we can do, and you can always create your own possibilities. Don't just sit and don't just like sit back and say like, no one is like willing to give me any sort of opportunity, and maybe she was born in a privileged family, and she was born with a lot of like riches, and she could do that. No, I was not. Even this language that I am speaking right now, I taught it myself, okay? And I chose not to waste my time over Facebook and WhatsApp groups, but I chose to educate myself and make myself learn this language, okay? And you can do that too. You can master anything that you are willing to practice. Yeah, so you don't have to pay anyone. Just keep writing emails. I to be honest, I wrote over 1,000 emails in the span of like 2 or 3 years, and still like maybe 15 people replied. But I did not stop, and you can do the same. Okay, so that is how the advertisement was done. And I am still trying to get my book into bookstores and on Amazon. I would make a separate video about Amazon, so you have to wait for it. So yeah, that was my story, and I'm still trying to advertise my book as much as I can. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope it helps. You can go for the printing press option if you want to, but I am going to warn you that it would be a lot of work, so don't give up halfway through. Just don't give up. Yeah. Thank you for watching this. Bye.